Hi friends, welcome back to my channel Only Bio. Presenting up the series of the challenging MCQs in biology from group A 36 to 40. This includes the assertion and reasoning type of questions, all with the detailed explanations and definitely useful for you for all the competitive exams like Neet or maybe PMT, CT, whatever. The first question relates with the chapter nervous coordination. The assertion given is, arousal is general causal factor invoked to account for the fact that animals are variably alert and responsive to potential stimuli, and the reason given is, physiological processes which facilitate certain behaviors include hormone release and endogenous rhythms. Both may then be said to be arousal mechanism or to affect motivation. And the options given are A. If both assertion and reason are true and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. B. If both assertion and reason are true but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. C. If assertion is true but the reason is false. And D. If both assertion and reason are false. And the correct answer for this question is A. Now friends, arousal here is nothing but the responsiveness to particular stimulus, maybe the internal or maybe the external stimulus. The capacity of an animal to respond to the stimulus is called as irritability or responsiveness, a very unique feature with the animals. Now many a times this response is also accompanied with the release of certain hormones. You can definitely connect this point with the sympathetic and the parasympathetic nervous systems, as you all know. And this also has a control over the endogenous rhythms. Now what is meant by endogenous rhythm? Endo is inside, genus is the body. So it's the body rhythms. These are the biological rhythms which are seen in us. Okay, and there is something called as a biological clock that controls it. Friends, remember there is no such organ called as a biological clock, but definitely the neuroendocrine system collectively controls it. Now, when I say neuroendocrine system, that definitely tells you it's a coordinated kind of thing seen with the functioning of the nervous and the endocrine system together. The endogenous biological rhythms can be broadly classified as circadian, infradian and ultradian. You can look on the screen for this. The circadian rhythms are those which occur once about every 24 hours. For example, the sleep and the wake cycle. The infradian rhythms occur less frequently than once a day. For example, the birds migrating or the bears hibernating. And the ultradian rhythms are those which occur more frequently than once a day. For example, the stomach contractions and the hormone fluctuations. But all of this definitely suggests that there is a kind of a coordination between the nervous as well as the endocrine system. Now, the next question is, this relates with the biochemistry of the cell. The assertion is, coenzymes is a non-proteinic group without which certain enzymes are incomplete or inactive. The reason given is, coenzymes not only provide a point attachment for the chemical group being transformed, but also influences the properties of the group. And the options given are A. Both assertion and reason are true and the reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. C. Assertion is true but the reason is false. And D. Both assertion and reason are false. And the correct answer for this question is A. Now friends, remember what are enzymes? Enzymes are biocatalysts. Now what are catalysts? Catalysts are the substances that speed up the rate of reactions, right? तो एंजाइम्स ऐसे केमिकल्स है जो अपने बॉडी में अपने बॉडी टेम्परेचर पर कैटलिस्ट की तरह काम करते हैं. दैट इज द रीजन व्हाई एंजाइम्स आर कॉल्ड एज बायोकैटलिस्ट. नाउ प्लीज रिमेंबर, ऑल एंजाइम्स आर प्रोटीन्स, but all proteins are not enzymes. Now many a times these enzymes are made active or complete only when certain other chemicals, non-proteinic groups attach with them, and such non-proteinic groups which on attachment with the enzymes make them complete or active are called as coenzymes. Now coenzymes are like cofactors. They attach with the active sites of the enzymes and help in their proper functioning. Now coenzymes that are directly involved and altered in the course of chemical reactions, अगर उनमें कोई chemical change होता है तो they are considered to be as a secondary substrate. अब इसे secondary substrate क्यों कहा गया है? Friends, it's very simple, क्योंकि primary substrate is the one which is going to undergo the reaction. Now what exactly is the function done by the coenzymes? The coenzymes, okay, they act as transporters of chemical group. Matlab it acts as a helper for the enzymes in the biochemical transformations. They may act to transfer the chemical groups between enzymes or from enzyme to the substrate or product. So they transport a variety of chemical groups, maybe such as hydride, acetyl, formyl, methanol or methyl. Okay, so coenzyme is essential for the biological activity of the enzyme. Now please remember that coenzymes are generally with a low molecular weight. Okay, no doubt they are organic substances, but they have a low molecular weight, and without coenzymes, the enzymes cannot exhibit any reaction. At times, one molecule of the coenzyme is able to convert a large number of substrate molecules with the help of the enzyme. आप लोग याद कीजिएगा acetyl coenzyme A, Krebs cycle के शुरुआत में जो connecting reaction उसमें हम कहते हैं acetyl coenzyme A, right? So many a times these coenzymes might be also what you can say utilized in the reaction, but they are also formed in the same metabolic pathway somewhere. Okay, for example NAD+ जो कि glycolysis में use होता है, citric acid cycle में use होता है, these are replaced in the electron transport chain. Right? Now this is something which is important कि coenzymes are non-proteinic, okay, and at times they are the derivatives of the vitamins soluble in water by phosphorylation. Now please look on the screen. Coenzymes act as group transfer reagents. Hydrogen, electrons or groups of atoms can be transferred by the coenzymes. Now coenzymes can be broadly classified as metabolite enzymes, so metabolite coenzymes, and the second category is the vitamin derived coenzymes. Now metabolite coenzymes are synthesized from the common metabolites यानी कि reactants, and vitamin derived coenzymes are the derivatives of the vitamins. Vitamins cannot be synthesized by the mammals, so they have to be obtained by from the nutrients. Please remember, all vitamins are not synthesized within the body. Okay. Now coming to another point, please look on the screen. Okay. I shall use a pointer here for you to understand. Here it is. Now you can look on this. This is called to be as the apoenzyme. Now friends, apoenzyme क्या होता है? Apoenzymes are the enzymes that lack, यानी उनके पास नेसेसरी कोफैक्टर्स, उनके प्रॉपर फंक्शनिंग के लिए जो जरूरी कोफैक्टर्स है वो उनके पास नहीं होते हैं. सो यहाँ पर आप देखिएगा there is some space for some factor which can be accommodated. So जब तक उसके साथ कोएंजाइम नहीं आता और वो काम नहीं कर पाता तब तक हम उसे कहते हैं apoenzymes. I repeat, apoenzymes are the enzymes that lack their necessary cofactors for proper functioning. So the binding of the enzyme to a coenzyme, to a coenzyme, it forms a holoenzyme. So here देखिएगा आप लोग यहाँ coenzyme आके bind हो जाएगा and then it forms a holoenzyme. यानी the whole enzyme now becomes active and it gets ready to go and attach itself with the substrate, thereby helping in bringing about that particular chemical reactions. So holoenzyme is a catalytically active enzyme. Apoenzyme was something which was missing of the coenzyme and hence was inactive. I hope you have understood this. I take you to the next. The next assertion relates up with the chapter photosynthesis, and the question is, the evolution of molecular oxygen is associated with photosystem 2 during photosynthesis, and the reason given is photosystem 1 is not involved in evolution of molecular oxygen, and the options given are A. When both assertion and reason are true and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. B. Assertion and reason are true but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. C. Assertion is true but the reason is false. And D. Assertion and reason are false. And the correct answer for this question is B. Assertion and reason are true but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Now friends, please remember, photolysis is the process which releases out oxygen. It is the first stage of photosynthesis, right? When the light energy is absorbed by the chlorophyll. This energy is then used to produce ATP to split the water into hydrogen and oxygen, the process being called as photolysis. It is also at times called as the Hill's reaction. Now you can look on the screen here. This you can definitely guess it's a non-cyclic photophosphorylation kind of a thing. Okay, I shall use a pointer for you to know. See, this is the photosystem 1 and this is the photosystem 2. Here you can clearly see this is the water being utilized here by the photosystem 2 and this releases up the oxygen. So this is how the photolysis of water takes place. I take you to the next question. This assertion relates with the chapter structure of cell. The assertion is prokaryotes reproduce asexually by cell division called as binary fission, and the reason given is in bacteria oxidation enzymes are found within mesosomes, and the options given are A. When both assertion and reason are true and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. B. When both assertion and reason are true but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. C. Assertion is true but reason is false. And D. Both assertion and reason are false. And the correct answer for this question is B. Both assertion and reason are true but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. Now let us understand what exactly is binary fission. Please look on the screen. You can see that there is one bacterial cell being taken. Let us say that this is the parent bacterial cell. This is the nuclear part of this. This is a nucleus and the surrounding thing is the cytoplasm. We find in the next step the nucleus divides into two nuclei, a process that is called as the karyokinesis. Of course, before this to happen, the DNA should duplicate. And then the cytoplasm will divide and two daughter cells are formed. So since in this particular process, one cell it divides, so that's the reason we use the word fission to form the two daughter cells. That's the reason it is called as a binary fission, and this is a mode of duplication or what you can say is cell division in case of the prokaryotes. Now here on the screen you can see something called as the mesosomes. That was a thing which was being mentioned in the reason. Please look here. This is what is the mesosome. Now please remember, in prokaryotic cells a special membranous structure, mesosome, is found, and it is formed by the extensions of the plasma membrane into the cell. The mesosomes help in respiration and secretion processes. The mesosomes also help to increase the surface of the plasma membrane. As a result, they increase the enzymatic content of the cell. इसी क्वेश्चन को मैं थोड़ा सा घुमा के ऐसे भी पूछ सकती हूँ कि what are the mesosomes analogous to? Please remember, the mesosomes can be said to be analogous to the cristae in the mitochondria in the eukaryotic cells, because cristae, they are the finger-like projections and they help in cellular respiration. So this particular function of the mesosomes is quite similar to the cristae in the mitochondria. इसी क्वेश्चन को मैं घुमा के ऐसे भी पूछ सकती हूँ. I take it to the next, that is the assertion says, and of course that relates with plant water relation. The assertion is the downward movement of the minerals through the soil is influenced by the quantity and the pH of the water. The reason given is water makes the mineral ions available to the roots. The lower pH, the greater the leaching power of the water. And the options given are A. Both assertion and reason are true and reason is the correct explanation of the assertion. B. Both assertion and reason are true but reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. C. Assertion is true but the reason is false. And D. Both assertion and reason are false. And the correct answer for this question is A. Now let us understand this. Friends, what exactly is this? Okay, let us understand this a bit in details. You know that the topmost layer of the soil is called as the humus, and it is rich in the, what you can say, the organic substances, because it consists of mainly the broken down plant and the animal matter in the soil. Okay, now infiltration is the downward movement of the water through the soil due to gravity. I am trying to make you understand that leaching and infiltration are two different processes slightly. Now what is the difference? Infiltration is the downward movement of the water through the soil due to gravity. पानी का जो बहाव होता है वो नीचे की तरफ जाएगा. You can look on the screen here, you can see that the water is getting it is being getting towards the downward layer of the soil, and this process is called as infiltration. Now what is leaching? Leaching is when the water moves downwards, but it is not just water, it is the infiltration, no doubt, but along with it, it's going to take the dissolved minerals in the upper layers and transport them to the lower layers. Now why this becomes important? Because the roots are going to ultimately enter deeper inside. So it is very important that the lower layers of the soil should be getting the required minerals, and this process is achieved by leaching. So the soil type determines the degree of infiltration as well as leaching. Friends, wherever rainfall exceeds the evaporation, there is free downward movement of water through the soil pore system. The soluble minerals are leached or removed from the soil profile, and continuous leaching tends to impoverish the upper mineral horizons by removal of basic cations. Cations कम होते जाते अगर बहुत ज़्यादा leaching होता है तो. So leaching is most active in the sandy soils which have high porosity, and it is least in finely textured soils such as clay, which have restricted pore spaces. So friends, remember, leaching is dissolving of the minerals and the organic matter in the upper layers and carrying them to the lower layers, whereas infiltration is just the movement of the water downwards due to gravity. I hope you have understood this. And friends, please ensure that you like, you subscribe, you hit the bell icon, and you please share it with as many friends as possible and help me to reach maximum students. Thank you.